Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. It is a beautiful day on planet Earth. That's why the garage door is open, because it's nice outside. Anyway, excuse me, in our last video, I put a cam in this motorcycle, this Panhead here. This is the official Panhead of the art department. And I did not say it yet, so I'll say it now. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. When you do, be sure and tap on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we put up another video.
Yay!
Okay. Am I in order now? I'm in order.
I am.
Okay, that's questionable. Now, let's see, I've got this bike all back together. She has a new Andrews AB cam in her, and everything is back together and proper. And I just put her floorboards and controls on, because that isn't really what we were trying to show on this video anyway. But it does bring up an interesting point. With all these choppers and bobbers that people are building, don't want to forget the reason for them in the first place was to get everything out of the way. A minimalistic motorcycle. Something that has nothing in the way of pulling a cam out. In order to get the cam out of this thing, you have to pull the generator, you got to get the controls off of this side, the whole works. If you had a chopper, well, you'd have to pull the generator, but cam cover's right there. There wasn't much in the way.
I thought it was to make them lighter so they'd be faster.
Oh, that too.
Oh, okay.
That too. Get everything out of the way, get it lighter, everything. I mean, I've always played with weight on my machines to make them faster.
Yep.
The big exception to that is, of course, my shovel head that has everything but the kitchen sink on it. Yeah. So I just had to make more power. Okay. Anyway, here we are. And so I'm right down to finishing it up, and I thought to myself, what do I normally do in a situation like this? Basically, what I do is the bike's all back together. I would check the tune on it as to everything being right before I go any further. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, now one thing I have to do is put the push rods back in and adjust the valves. And I did it on the rear ones, and I thought I'd show on the front ones, which I will. First off, we have to get both valves closed, the exhaust and the intake. So we'll start to rotate the engine. There's the exhaust closing. Don't speak. Okay. Now I'm going to the intake, and it's still opening. Now it's closing. Now once it gets all the way closed, there it is. Okay, now they're both closed. It's all the way down. And that's it. Intake and exhaust. Remember that the intake closes last, and then you have a rotation because both valves are closed. So it's a little easier to get that way. Okay, so now I'll put this intake push rod in. The ends are already oiled because I oiled them. I have new push rod cork seals for the push rod tubes. And here we go. Now these are hydraulic lifters, which Harley came out with in 1953. This is a 55 motor. So it does, of course, have hydraulic valve lifters. Now, let's see. Before I do anything else, let me show what these lifters look like. Can I do it? Maybe, maybe not. There is the hydraulic unit that drops right into that valve lifter. And so we're using stock type hydraulic valve lifters. So let me see what I can do here. I have my little tool that I made that works very well on shovel heads, and not as well on panheads. Because on a shovel head, you got the rocker box you can hook onto. There's nothing to hook onto on this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and hook it right here. And then we'll take this and hook it right here. That's kind of cool. Let's see what I can do there.
I think you're onto something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I got this thing is more than long enough. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what?
Yeah.
That may just do it just like that.
Yep. Think you
Or it may not. Or it may not.
with the wire broken there or something?
Yeah, no. No, it's just a spring.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll do it like that. There we go. That should do it. No, that's not doing it either. Is it? Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might.
Tight.
Yeah, well.
Zip tie.
Well, there's, I've done it with clothespins. What I really like is to have a space there to get my hands in there and work.
10-4.
Yeah, gets a little difficult if you can't do that. So we'll do this one valve at a time. That's how we'll do it. One valve at a time, and we'll go over this fuel line here. And there we go. We got it hooked. There we go. That was easy enough. Make something simple into something difficult. Okay, now what we want to do, make sure that we got all the slack out of this valve. Now notice I can wiggle this push rod up and down. Can you see that there? Okay, now if I
Wi-Fi?
not Wi-Fi, why not Fi? Wait a minute here.
What are you doing?
What I'm doing is moving the lock nut. Okay, and now I'm going to get all of the play out of this push rod. Okay. Okay, I can still move it up and down. Okay, right now, there it is. Can't move it up and down anymore. I mean, I could with some real effort, but the point is, it's not, you don't want to be collapsing the hydraulic valve lifter. So let me see here what I can do. I'm going to set it right there. Yeah, it's still not quite tight enough there. Okay, now I like that. So what I want to do is 4 full turns. There is 6 flats on each one of these nuts. So 4 full turns would be 24 flats. So we'll, okay, we'll do that right here and now. And I'm going to count them. Don't anybody interrupt me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 coming up, and 24, which again translates to 4 full turns.
Yeah.
4 times 6 is 24. So now we're going to get on here with this wrench and this wrench, and we'll tighten that lock nut. don't know what that was.
Was it a Sonya hair?
Nope, wasn't a Sonya hair.
I can't say.
Okay, well, you know, I do know that if I open this motor up completely, I will find Sonya's hair in it.
Of course.
Okay. Now we get these wrenches located real well on here. Okay. There's the top one. There's the bottom one, I think. There we go. And there's the block nut, right there. Now, when you do this, you're collapsing that hydraulic lifter, and it is tight. We don't want to turn the motor over or do anything until that bleeds down and we can spin it by hand. So, since we know that both valves are closed at this point, we can do the exhaust valve while we wait for that one to bleed down, then we can let them both bleed down. Okay, let's see here. Let me get this one started in here. Like I said, both the corks are in there. Let's see, is this thing closed, open all the way? Whoa. I don't know why that one doesn't want to go in there. These are all the same length.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Wow. There it is.
Imagine that.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
How many thousand times have I done that? Okay, and we'll get it right to that 0 point again. There it is.
And that means it's what, it's snug or?
No, not snug, just so you can't shake it up and down.
Okay.
See?
Uh-huh.
It's filled that space. So from there, when you spread it now, what you're doing is you're compressing that hydraulic valve lifter, which is the point of the whole exercise.
Aha.
Aha.
And now I know.
Now you know. And it's in the book, and it'll tell you 4 full turns, which again, 4 times 6 is 24 flats. Okay, now we got this, and we're going to do it again somehow. Let's see.
Lower, there you go. Lower. Oh.
No, I like that.
Yeah, you're in the
Limbo lower now. Wait a minute.
eyelet.
Okay. There we go. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Makes me happy. Okay. Didn't take much to please me. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is get that lock nut moved first. Boy, it's a lot easier to do the one here on the outside than it was that one on the inside.
You can see it a lot better too.
Well, that's basically why I did the back ones earlier today. Because,
Yeah.
just because. This is the easy one here, is the front exhaust. This is the one that will give you trouble, is the front exhaust, because it gets oiled last. So if you're low on oil, if your oil is dirty, if there's something in your passages that runs to that lifter is the last one to get oil. And when you say, people tell me, I have a bad lifter, I say, just one? Yeah. Change your oil lately? No. Oh. What's your front exhaust lifter? How do you know it's the front exhaust? Just believe me, it's your front exhaust lifter. It's also a strange angle. If you look at all your valve train here, the front exhaust is the most aggressive angle. So so if anything's going to give you trouble, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. A lot of guys solve the problem by just going to solid lifters. But today we can get such good lifters. Good hydraulics, good solids, good all that stuff. For all the things we complain about. You know, some of the stuff we can buy today is the best we have ever had. You can buy better lifters, better pistons, better valves, better everything than we've ever had before.
I was going to ask you a question, but I just decided I shouldn't.
Yeah, don't. Okay. All right. Somebody wrote in and said they got tired of listening to me be rude to you, so I don't know.
You rude to me?
Yeah. Well, you know. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Wee.
1, 2, 3,
Ooh, I hear an old practice.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. If I left any numbers out, I'm sorry.
Yay.
Okay, there it is. Being very careful to make sure that only the lock nut is turning. Okay? We don't want to lose that adjustment that we just did.
Okay.
Okay, so there that is. Like I said, this is a lot easier to do than the intake valve right behind it. And I can turn that little lock nut with my fingers. Okay, we'll get this one and
This one?
this one here.
You gotta say it like this.
No, I don't. Okay, now. There we go with that one. Hanging on to the other two with the other two wrenches. Yeah, there it is.
Good job.
Thank you very much. Now, I just want to check it here and make sure. That's good. Okay, so those back ones, I know they were already bled down, so I can get them ready to go while the front ones bleed down. There it is. There we go. So we'll put this one on real quick, just to prove we can. A little trouble seeing in there.
So they're adjusted already?
Yeah, I adjusted them first,
Yeah, this, okay.
which I said when I started.
That's pretty cool.
They have adjusted and bled down because you have to wait for them to bleed down before you can rotate the engine to adjust the other ones. That's why I did them. I can put the clips on later. It's okay. Okay, yeah, these are not going to bleed down too quickly. So what I did want to show is I'm going to check the points. They should be at 22 thousandths. I'm not going to hang up this video here, but what I have to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the points, I'm going to check the timing, I'm going to check the plugs, and then she'll be ready to start. I would do that right now, but I think I would just as soon do it on the next video, because it's going to take too much time to wait for those to bleed down. I can't rotate the engine until those bleed down. So what I'm going to do is finish now. I'd like to say, by the way, we have our t-shirts. You like that one, I know. I like that one too. That's me coming at you. Anyway, if you're interested in our shirts or our baseball caps, which are embroidered, by all means, go to pacificmike.com and you can order from that page. That is our home page. That is our website, pacificmike.com. Go there in the upper right-hand corner. It'll say T-shirt shop. Click on that and you can get a shirt. And everybody needs to get one for Christmas, so here it comes. At any rate, in the meantime, I'm going to let these valves bleed down and we'll get back to tuning this thing in our next video. So until then, I'll see you out on the road.